Let me tell you something most families don't realize until it's too late. Senior living tours don't usually go wrong because families don't care. They go wrong because families are shown exactly what the community wants them to see: the beautiful lobby, the stage model apartment, the smiling salesperson who tells you this place is perfect for your mom. And families leave thinking, okay, I guess this is the one. But then, weeks or months later, reality hits. Care needs increase, costs go up, staff responsiveness feels different, and suddenly families say to me, I wish we had asked better questions. Today, I'm going to show you why senior living tours so often miss the mark, what families are unknowingly not being told, and how you can get the real information before you sign anything. Hi, I'm Dale Corpus, a senior transition specialist and real estate expert based in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm also part of the sandwich generation, balancing my own life while helping aging parents and families navigate some of the most emotional decisions they'll ever make. This is another episode of Sandwich Generation Solutions, powered by the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast, where we talk honestly about senior care beyond the brochure. Let's dive in. Here's the truth. Senior living tours are sales experiences, not care assessments. That doesn't mean communities aren't dishonest, but it does mean tours are designed to highlight strengths, not stress test fit. Most families tour once, ask surface level questions, make decisions during an emotional window, and they don't realize what they didn't see until later. I've worked with families who toured places they love, only to move again months later because the fit wasn't right. That second move, it's costly, it's disruptive, and it's avoidable. Here's a list of the 5 biggest reasons tours go wrong. 1, families tour too early or too late. Some families tour before care needs are clear. Others wait until after a fall or hospital stay. Both create problems. Too early leads to unrealistic expectations, and too late leads to rushed decisions. The sweet spot is touring with a 12 to 24-month lens, not just today. Number 2, families ask now questions, not later questions. Most tours focus on meals, activities, and room size. But the real risk lives in questions like, what happens when care needs increase? Do you offer memory care on site? Can my parent age in place here? If the answer is no, that's not a deal breaker, but it's critical information. Number 3, sales does not equal care reality. Sales staff are warm, polished, and responsive, but families don't ask, who's working nights? What's the caregiver to resident ratio? How fast do call buttons get answered? A beautiful community with thin staffing will feel very different 6 months in. Number 4, costs are framed optimistically. The number on the brochure, that's usually the starting point, not the final number. Families often miss care level fees, annual increases, medication management costs, a la carte services. I've seen monthly costs jump $1,500 to $3,000 a month after move-in, not because of deception, but because the right questions weren't asked. Number 5, families tour alone without a neutral guide. This is a big one. Adult children are emotionally involved. Seniors are overwhelmed. Sales staff are incentivized. That's not a balanced room. When families tour without a neutral third party, like a senior advisor or placement agent, they often miss red flags because they want it to work. Here's what I encourage families to look for beyond the guided path. How do staff speak to residents when no one's watching? Are residents engaged or just present? What's the energy at 7 p.m., not 11 a.m.? Do residents look known by me? Sometimes the real story is in the hallway, not the dining room. Here are the questions I wish every family asked. 1, what's the average length of stay here? 2, why do residents usually move out? 3, how do you handle care escalations? 4, what does a typical night shift look like? And 5, how often do rates increase? These questions don't offend good communities, they reveal good ones. Adult children often tour thinking, would I live here? But the better question is, will my parent feel safe, supported, and less stressed here? The right community for a parent isn't always the fanciest one. It's the one that matches their personality, supports their care trajectory, reduces anxiety, not just impresses visitors. This now segues into why second tours matter more than first tours. First tours are emotional. Second tours are informational. I often recommend touring at a different time of day, bringing another family member, sitting quietly and observing. Patterns reveal themselves when the novelty wears off. As a senior transition specialist and a seniors real estate expert, my role isn't about housing, it's about fit. I help families clarify realistic care needs, compare communities objectively, ask the uncomfortable but necessary questions, plan financially before pressure hits, and avoid costly second moves. I've seen families who toured blindly end up exhausted, and families who planned intentionally feel confident, even when the decision was hard. So let's recap. Today we covered why senior living tours often go wrong, the biggest mistakes families make during tours, what tours are designed to show and hide, the questions that reveal fit, and how to tour with clarity instead of pressure. A good tour makes you feel good. A good decision makes you feel secure. This has been another episode of Sandwich Generation Solutions powered by the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast. If your family is touring senior living communities, downsizing, or trying to avoid a rushed decision, I can help. Schedule a free consultation and learn more about my services at www.simplifyseniortransitions.com. Have a quick question? You could DM me anytime on Instagram at SoldByDale. And don't forget, you can listen to and watch the Simplify Senior Transitions podcast right here on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. If this episode helped, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's touring right now. I'm Dale Corpus, and I'll see you on the next episode.